Hey everyone, Jeshnix here with yet another commentary on my Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus review for my show Movies in Bed. And this one's actually a bit of a red mark review for me because this one is officially my first widescreen review I've ever done. Because for my other three reviews I've been doing up to this for Urusei Yatsura, Only You, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Movie, and Kung Fu Hustle, they've been in the 4:3 ratio, which is sort of the more full screen sort of version. Like for a square TV, that's what it would be. That's a ratio, it's a 4:3. But with widescreen, it's a 16:9 frame ratio, and I could not have actually been able to have done a widescreen review with actual widescreen footage right up to now, because, well, I've been using a camera. Well, what I've been using for camera-wise before this one is that I've been borrowing my stepmom's camera, and it's a bit of an annoying camera. I mean, it was working nicely for me when I started out, but as I became more tech savvy and trying to make my productions a little bit better, I'm going like with the camera, it's just annoying. It has this really annoying autofocus feature on it. I could not figure how to turn it off. I mean, you would notice it in my Kung Fu Hustle with some shots of me playing my Chester Bum spin-off character Buster Bum, and you would notice that. If some of you have seen that, like wondering what the heck was going on. And I mean, Linkara with his reviews, he's probably got that autofocus function on, and that's annoying. I mean, sort of distracts how he gets off the couch and then suddenly the camera's trying to focus, the couch becomes blurry. It's like, oh god, Linkara, get a better camera. So anyhow, I've been using that, and by the time I was doing this review, it was my 20th birthday, so I was thinking, you know, just like ask around my entire family, relatives to sort of pitch in and give me a really, really nice camera and such. But then my mom, we met up to go to a con in Denver for my 20th birthday, and then told her my little thing I want for my 20th birthday is that I really want a nice camera that can be able to shoot in widescreen ratio and has pretty nice quality. And so that's what and so she goes, well, that video camera I have, that you actually used a bit, and I have used it before with some video projects I did last year when I started out, like my short film I did last year, Death and a Kid. I shot it with the camera I am now using now for this widescreen review, and it's nice. And then I was going, you know what, keep it. I got this camera that shoots pretty nicely anyhow, so you can take this video camera. I was going, oh, very nice of you, mother. And so that's now how come I got a camera that can shoot in widescreen, and now that worked out pretty nice for me. So took some time for me to figure it out now, but I am able to completely work with this camera. It just works pretty nicely. It does 69 as well as 4.3 ratios, and apparently it has this sort of different qualities it can be able to give video output to. Right now I have it on fine, which is like the second highest quality it can give, but the higher the quality goes, the more space it's going to take up on the SD cards I have on the camera. Right now I have a 4 GB, and putting it on the fine quality, which is second highest, it'll usually take about up to an hour and a half of video, and for now that works mostly for me. But I am now looking to the future to get a bigger SD card so I could be able to shoot at a higher quality and be able to have more space for that, and more film time, of course, of just something for me to look into. So anyhow, with me now making transition to widescreen, I mean, it's a pretty nice move for me, since there's a bunch of movies and media out there that is out in widescreen format. I mean, let's see, Nostalgia Critic videos, that's widescreen. Linkara, Top Fourth Wall, widescreen. People are the widescreen reviews, and for me to be doing full screen reviews, I mean, like, nah, I need to make that move to widescreen because, I mean, you look at one of my full screen reviews, such as my first 3, Urusei Yatsura, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Kung Fu Hustle. You watch that on YouTube, you'll notice that there's always black bars on the side, and there's nothing happening there. That's simply because the review is in 4:3 ratio, and it cannot take up the YouTube 16:9 ratio it's at. So, yeah, it just gets annoying for me on that, and so. So that's pretty much it for me. Is that what this really focus for me about is that I got a widescreen camera, I can shoot in 16:9 ratio, and that's worked out pretty nicely for me. And of course from this one, as you can see from the just for me seeing the clips now of myself. Well, it should be coming up here soon. Right now, just footage from this movie. Mega Shark versus... Okay, yeah, well, here, right now. See, it looks like a little bit strange. Like, it's a little bit too hot on red color. It's like a little bit bright. Oh, hey, my dog's now coming over to join me because I am now talking. Oh. Yeah, bro. Oh yeah, it looks like he's coming down to join me, or... No, AD is actually wanting to go outside. You want to get out, buddy? I'll help you out here. I'll be right over there as soon as I can, viewers. Need to let my dog out so he can make his peeps and poops. Well, come on out there, Yoshi. You're gonna make your peeps and poops. Yeah, okay, yeah, unless I'm going in that direction, but anyhow, as you sort of saw right there with me, like that right there, it's like looking a little bit too hot with the lighting coming from the outside of my window, and that I look a little bit too bright. I mean, originally the footage is not like that. That was me messing around sort of a bit with the exposure filter in my video editing software when I was editing this, and now I was going like, I probably should have take that down a bit, but I mean, what's done is done, and all I can do is learn from it. And so it was not white balance. I mean, I found a manual white balance function on my camera, and I was trying to figure out, I figured pressing a button would make it white balance, but apparently it didn't, so that was sort of messing it around a bit. And okay, so I mentioned before that I am going to class about video production, so I know pretty decent amount of video production stuff like lighting and videography and editing, of course. So lighting wise, I know that when you have a different couple of lighting sources coming into a video, it can either make or break a good video, and in this case I think it's sort of breaking it a bit, because light coming from outside is a little bit more, has a different sort of, okay, there's an entire science behind lighting, and I guess the only way to say it is that lighting that you use for indoors, such as a light bulb, can give off a bit of a different color than lighting from the outside, such as the sun. So there's a bit of quite a difference in that, and that's what white balance is all about, is that when you change settings, you have different lighting setup going on. Make sure to white balance so everything can look a lot nicer in the lighting setup, but I did not white balance on this one, and with the fact that most of the light for the video is coming in from through the window right behind me, I'm looking at this now, of course, and going, yeah, that's not, I need to do something about that window in the future. And so, of course, in my next review that I am going to talk about later, my Tony Hawk Boom Boom Sabotage review, I have finally addressed that issue, and of course covered the window up with bed sheets, so that worked out a lot nicely, but I'll go into that one a different commentary. So anyhow, back to this review. That's pretty much it for what I think about my actual video shooting of me setup. It's just that I need to eliminate one light source that I really don't need, and it's that light coming out that window, like right there. It's like all all bright and such with me changing exposures. That did quite help a bit also. I eliminated that factor from my future reviews, so nothing much else to worry about. So anyhow, Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus. My God, I hate this movie. I just really hate it. I mean, of course, if you've seen this review before, not watching the commentary, I mean, you would know how much I hated that. I go on a cursing spree. Well, you'll see that in the moment. I mean, there's so many things wrong with this movie. It just doesn't add up. Yeah, the Navy sucks in this. There's no way our real Navy is anything like this. It's just stupid writing. It's just really stupid writing. I hate Asylum. I mean, Asylum is just simply trying to make a quick buck off of popular movie ideas, and that they just don't care much about the story, I guess, or what. I mean, they just don't care what quality production they do. I mean, they seem to make it look nice, but story, oh my God, they just don't care about the story. And in my current line of duty with my part-time job is that I often deal with DVDs, and recently have to stock up shelves with I believe it was called a Golden Winter, and I look on the side of the Golden Winter DVDs and it says the Asylum Studios. I was like, oh God, no. They're trying to rip off a very mediocre Disney franchise now, and no, please, no. Asylum, no. Yeah. I hate them. I hate this movie. This is easily one of my most hated films. There's nothing for me to like about this. I mean, Jaleel White in it, yeah, that's mostly okay with me. And hold on, I thought my dog needs to get back in, and he had to go through the other door. So, I'll be right back. Come on in. Alright, I'm coming back. Yeesh. This is like the worst commentary ever. It being interrupted by my dog who needs to go outside to take a crap. Yeesh. Oh well, or chase that squirrel. Squirrel! Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you look yourself, buddy. Sorry, too much information for you people. Good. And yes, this right here, I mean, this is one thing I did not like about this movie, is that they use the same set for two different locations on different continents twice. I mean, they're not even trying. They just simply have a little bit change of decorum, and then suddenly, boom, it's another location. They'll never suspect a thing. We are evil, Asylum. We are evil. Oh, God, shoot me now. And yeah, I mean, Hutchinson, she hardly had anything going on, anything for her. She didn't have a story arc. I mean, I don't know what's her motivation for her work. Did Crocosaurus sharks do something to her family? Was that her sister in Jaws, who was the shark eat up in the beginning? I do not know what. No, but no one here had a certain story arc going. I mean, the one close enough is probably the Admiral who had the frickin' expensive cigar to smoke, and Jaleel White's character, Terry. Yeah, of course, I have to hate it so much in that the only thing I like about it is Terry with the story arc going on, even though it was a crap one. So. Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, it's just bad, alright? I mean, there's like enjoyable bad and then unpleasantly bad that I just rather not want to go through with it. This is unpleasantly bad. I mean, I'm guessing I'm gonna have to go along with the idea that Film Brain presented in one of his reviews, in which I think it was his review of 2012, in which he stated that Roland Emmerich's film Independence Day, it was bad, of course, but it had a certain charm behind it, and that it it was still at least enjoyable to watch, but whereas 2012 sort of didn't have a charm, and in this case, Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, it doesn't have anything going for it, and there's nothing for me to enjoy. There's no charm with it, nothing to make me connect to any of the characters. It was just simply trying to. It's a film studio that makes very poorly copies of modern blockbusters, and they're trying to make their own original series. Yeah, trying to make an original series for these guys, an original movie and franchise, it's not working out well for them. So they just no Asylum. And yet, I don't quite get it how exactly they're still doing work. They're still in business, and yet they have fans. Oh yeah, and this right here, how I mentioned earlier, how they have repeat shottage. The people running away just now, I sort of took a closer look at this one point, and I noticed in like how a couple seconds, there's the same guy twice in there. I mean, you can look back in the review a bit and rewatch that, and you can see there's the same fat guy running away from a building, and he's wearing this gray long sleeve collar shirt with the black tie, and he's like, I mean, like, Asylum used green screen effect for that guy. They gotta have. I mean, it's either that or different sort of effect. I mean, there's quite a couple effects you can use for that sort of thing, but they have the same guy twice in there. I was like, no, Asylum, no. I mean, I can see why they probably do that, because they're not exactly have a good reputation, and I'm pretty sure they put out an ad for extras to be in their film, but then apparently they have not that good of a reputation that only a few people showed up, and it sounds like, alright, we're just gonna have to use special effects to make them appear twice. It'll be just like a very, very bad cartoon. Very, very low budget, poor cartoon. Ugh. Yeah, Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, it's a cartoon. That's how bad it is. It's a very, very bad cartoon. It's like, doesn't look good, doesn't look nice. Story, it's like half-assed, written. Ugh. Yeah, I hate this. Yeah, I hate this much. I hate the movie. Yeah. I'm like turning to a Joker now because of this. Like, you change things. And me, just head of a curb. And, yeah. Hutchinson's, is that a thing? I am so gonna be using that again at some point in my future reviews. Like, impending danger is coming, such. I can use that. Like, is that a thing? Yeah, I actually kind of sort of like that bit right there. It's like me taking I actually took a moment to personally look back at my older stuff, because earlier this year I attempted to try to make my own online web show, and it did decently for about 18 episodes, 18 weeks I've been working on that. Well, actually about 4 months. I did 16 episodes for a complete first season of the online anime news show, and then took a couple weeks off, then did 2 more episodes in season 2, and then lost interest, drop it off completely. I mean, looking back at that first episode I did, in which I went completely freestyle, just simply grabbed a few stories and read them off, and then I'm actually surprised with myself exactly how much of an improvement I've been making in about the past year since I started out with this. I mean, I was like sounding something like this. I mean, I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I do not know how to emote. And now here I am, like, practically cracking a smile at this, and know how to be a bit more sing-song, and then just like be able to emote and then be credible and such, and just be energetic, man. Just like let it all out. So that was interesting for me to take a look back at my older stuff and know how much I am improving, and that's just good thing about me continuing trying to make these, is that the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. I mean, just like compare this review to my first on that episode web show that you just saw in that video right there, like compare them side by side and you'll notice a difference right away. It's just that noticeable. And so, I mean, for me to have done that much improvement in about 11 months, yeah, that's pretty credible for me, I would have imagined. Yeah. Yeah, this is what... Yeah, I mean, I sort of do find it amusing that this Crocosaurus is laying eggs while it's fighting, but then I was like thinking, no, that's gotta be like a giant egg omelet being made right there. If the crocodile's like fighting the shark and then it suddenly laying eggs at the same time, it's like, I mean, probably a new thing I should be doing now is like, alright, shark, I'm going to get you now. Oh, wait, hold it, I need to lay eggs. Alright, shark, I'm coming to fight you again. Oh, wait, hold on, I'm sorry, I got a few more eggs on the way. Just wait right there, I'm gonna go over here. And, oh, yeah, that one too. There's like, the shark swallowed a nuclear submarine. Okay, that's where the movie jumped the shark, but I find that freaking hilarious. It's just that funny for me. I mean, that's funny. I find that if you're not laughing along with me with that, then there's something wrong with you. I mean, what? I mean, that is a... I mean, Asylum could be trying to make that a bit more serious. Like, I mean, like, holy crap, a shark is now a nuclear shark because it swallowed a nuclear submarine, but, my god, that's just about implausible. It's just freaking implausible for that to happen. I mean, there was never going to be a giant shark roaming our oceans that could be big enough to swallow a submarine, and yet, I mean, god, that's funny, but then somehow this right here, I mean, this is just like a very sort of strange sequence right here. I mean, Nigel and Terry are running across the beach, and I was like, at first I was trying to figure out why are they suddenly doing a slow motion run across the beach. I mean, there's no fighters or crocodiles. I mean, there was that one crocodile, but then most of it is like just them running. I mean, like, okay, I do not know the established reason of why they're running across the beach. I didn't see any fighter jets. I didn't see any other crocodiles until they were about halfway through it, and it was just confusing. And so, of course, that's where I got the idea is like, okay, I've sort of made this one reference to a Nostalgia Critic crossover review earlier from Alone with the Dark. I mean, it's about the same idea going on there. It's like Terry's girlfriend was dead, and yet she was moving when she was supposed to be dead. It's like just the same thing from that review. And then during that part, the slow motion running across the beach, I was like, okay, I have no idea what's going on, and I find this very boring. And then suddenly remember the Nostalgia Critic, Linkar and Spoonie saying, boring, this is so boring, this is so boring, get to the show. I was like, remember that? It's like, okay, I need to play that one over that clip, that works out well. And then this right here, my god! And just you think they're trying to be original, they rip off Jurassic Park. I mean, seriously. It's an eye for an eye comparison. Just holy crap. And yeah, here comes the summing up of my feelings for the movie. And about 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so this one I actually never wrote down in the script. I mean, what I had going on in the script is simply says, swear, 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 and so I basically improvised. This is the last take I did. I believe I did this about 4 times, but the 4th time I enjoyed a lot more because I had a clear outline in my head after the 3 first times I tried to do it about what I'm going to be doing, and then, so, when I was editing that and then putting in the sensors, and then I did all that, and then I rewatched it, after all that, I was actually laughing a bit to myself watching that moment and while I was editing it, and I simply think that, okay, if that made me laugh while I was editing it, okay, that, I simply know if that's good, but as for me, the entire thing of like having a freak out and then cursing out, I mean, that's been done before already. And so for those of you who were thinking like that's not exactly needed and all, but I mean, you hate that movie, so we kind of get it and such. I mean, I just simply wanted my own big cursed freak out, and that's just simply so I can get it out of the way, because I am not intending to do that again for future reviews. But if it sort of really does call for it, but I'm probably gonna say that's not a big chance of that happening. But I just simply wanted my have big cursed freak out and get that out of the way. So you will never see that again, hopefully. Yeah, so, story, yeah, I just simply sum it up all right here. I mean, Asylum thinks they're trying, well, I don't think they're trying to be original. They're like, they might think they're paying homage to monster movies, but it's just not well executed. It's not done. They need to take more thought into it, and of course, it's not exactly as idiotic as Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. And you've seen Film Brain's review. That one's just mostly bad as well. I mean, I've seen it completely, and at the end, I was just like, oh god, that was bad. But then now, Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, it doesn't have that same level of idiocy as it has, but for some reason, I hate it more than Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. Yeah, I know. It's like they downplayed on the fact on the like giant shark leaping into midair to bring down a helicopter, but seriously, I hate this more than Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus. If I have to pick either between Octopus or Crocosaurus, I say, give me tentacle rape. I don't want to be gnawed to death by freaking Crocosaurus. No. So, but yeah, I'm sort of trying to imagine how did that happen in the first place. So I just don't care. I don't give a frick about this movie. I don't give a damn. Yeah. Frankly, Mega Shark vs. Crocosaurus, I don't give a damn. Yeah. This movie, if you want to watch it, then I don't have anything to say to stop you from watching it. It's just that my personal opinion, yeah, just don't watch it, alright? It's completely stupid, but said before, I mean, the reason why it's a D- is that what's keeping it from keeping it in an F is that I would completely be glad to give it an F, is that what keeps it from not being an F movie is that, as I said before, it's not exactly idiotic as the first one, but yet it's still my most hated film I've reviewed yet. So, hopefully someday we'll find that movie that I will finally rate an F, but I have to be fair about that. I have to be critical about my reviews, and instead of getting my likes in the way and such. So, that's pretty much it for me on this commentary, and thank you all for watching, and yeah, Incredible Hulk. I've seen a few episodes of. See ya.